Today, I had a bit of a butcher's at YouTube and I was checking out other people's stuff. I thought it would be okay, to be honest, and I watch a lot of YouTube myself, so it's something I do as well as work, but I do get a lot of information from YouTube, so it is very useful. But what I did find today was that some creators who put stuff on there, I understand that, whether they're selling courses, tutorials, or Lightroom presets, and I get that. We've all got to make money, we've got to earn a crust, but I think that some of it's very misleading in the sense that with the Lightroom presets, it is evident that going across some videos or multiple videos where they're using their either presets or AI stuff, that it doesn't actually correlate to the images very well that they're editing. One in particular today where the photo itself was cropped from landscape to portrait, which to me is a bit of a no-no anyway, but then also going from an underexposed photo to not even correctly exposed, but several steps and about 5 or so presets and changing the opacity to these presets. And he ended up with just a photo which was exposed nearly correctly. And what he was doing as he was going through the list of the sliders and saying, well, we're going to do this. Oh, this looks a bit too magenta. We'll change that. And as he was changing those things, he was actually then altering other sliders which were adding the magenta back, or making the shadows lighter, then making them dark. And it was very, very confusing from my perspective, where I was doing a lot of heavy editing. It just came across as, well, does he understand what he's doing with these sliders? Sitting there going, that looks great to me. And I'm looking at it thinking that's underexposed, the shadows are blown out, or crushed even. It just didn't work. And this is what a lot of them do. And that's fine. I think, great. The tutorial in itself was very good. It was clean, probably better than my videos, but the content wasn't correct. And that is my bit of a bone of contention with a lot of these creators. They're great doing this sort of thing and doing those tutorials. And I've done some tutorials in the past, but they don't really get to the nitty gritty of why you would do that. Or, Lightroom's a great tool, but in actual fact, it's very global apart from if you're using a mask, but even that is not as accurate as Photoshop. So I think when looking at these tutorials, take them with a pinch of salt. By all means, buy a preset if that's what you want to do and it works for you, that's great. But you need to understand the basics before you start using these, because if you just use a preset, for instance, you're never ever going to learn how to actually color properly, which is what the main issue is and what you need to understand moving forward. And that's my two pennies worth today for you.